Big, chaotic, fun, and entertaining. The capital of Colombia is a must-see for anyone traveling in South America. And in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 things to do in Bogotá. Ready? Go! Definitely the best thing to do once you get to Bogotá is to take a free walking tour in the historic center called La Candelaria. There you're going to find out a bit about the recent history of the country and also where to go, where not to go, and other tips that only locals can give. This is the best introduction of Bogotá's downtown area, where we will be taken back from indigenous times until the arrival of the Spaniards looking to establish a new civilization. You'll also learn about interesting places to visit in the downtown area, like the Museu Botero, the Gold Museum, and you'll also walk through the historic streets of La Candelaria. You'll be able to see the iconic Plaza Simón Bolívar, El Chorro de Quevedo, a lot of graffiti and iconic buildings. The tour is very informative, and you also learn about the gastronomy, architecture, places to go, cultural offer, and what the Bogotanos or Rolos actually like. The aim of the tour is to let visitors discover and experience Bogotá through the eyes of locals and bring to life cultural expressions, historical and representative institutions, the tragedies that have changed the city, and more. The tour I chose was called Beyond Colombia. I'm going to leave the link here in the description below. It's free, but at the end, it's normal to give some tips to the tour guide, something in between 30 to 50,000 pesos. Not far from the historical Plaza Simón Bolívar is a must-see in Bogotá, the Gold Museum or Museo del Oro. The Gold Museum is a huge part of the tourism industry in Bogotá, and it receives around 500,000 guests per year. There is a huge collection of pre-Columbian archaeological treasure, which includes art, jewelry, medallions, currency, and more. The Bank of Republic started this collection in 1939 in order to protect the archaeological treasures of the area. It was recently renovated in 2008, and they made it completely mesmerizing for all the visitors who walk through the door. Tickets in 2023 cost around 5,000 pesos, and on Sundays it's free, but it's also very crowded. Another must-see in Bogotá is Monserrate. You can actually see the hill with the church on top from many parts of the city. This hill is more than 3,000 meters above sea level, and you can get impressive views of all of Bogotá from there. The entrance to Monserrate is near the historic center of La Candelaria, but I decided to wait for a day with good weather and just got an Uber there from my hotel in Chapinero. To go up Monserrate, you can either hike, which I didn't do, or take the cable car or funicular. At the top of the hill, you see the Basilica Sanctuary of Monserrate, and many locals come here on Sundays for the Mass. Behind the sanctuary, there is a large plaza with handicrafts or souvenirs, and next to it, several restaurants where you can taste the most varied gastronomy of Bogotá. There are also two traditional restaurants, which are a bit more expensive, with terraces overlooking the mountain and the city. After doing a lot of the historical tours of the city, if you want to get a more local vibe, you should definitely go and walk around the neighborhood of Chapinero. Chapinero is known throughout Bogotá as the center of the city's LGBTQ community. So much so that the neighborhood is often called Chapigay or Gay Hills. For that reason, there's no surprise that Chapinero has some of the best nightlife in the city. Teatron is considered the biggest gay nightclub in Latin America with 5 floors and more than 14 different sections, occupying an entire block of the neighborhood. And apart from its busy life, Chapinero is full of interesting cafes and bars, and it's also where you can find the neo-Gothic Lourdes Cathedral and the Zona G, or Gourmet Zone, with some of the finest eateries in Bogotá within a few small blocks. If you want elegant or romantic, this is a good choice. In the year 2000, the artist Fernando Botero donated 208 pieces of art to the Banco de la República. 123 of these were his own personal artwork, and 85 were from his private collection of renowned international artists. Based on this collection, the Botero Museum was founded. The museum is located in the La Candelaria neighborhood in a colonial house that until 1955 served as the office of the Archbishop. The house was restored and adapted by the Banco de la República to become a museum under the guidance and curatorship of the master artist himself. As of the 1st of November 2000, the collection has been available at no charge to the public every day except on Tuesdays. Each day, nearly 1,000 people visit the Botero Museum. Among these are children, teachers, adults, and families who can participate free of charge in educational programs offered daily by the Banco de la República to bring the public closer to this magnificent collection. When looking for things to do in Bogotá, the Usaquén flea market must be on your list. Fill your Sunday with live music, handcrafts, and tasty food. Visitors should pay a visit to this market on Sundays to chat and haggle with the vendors, listen to street musicians, relax, and hopefully enjoy a bit of sun. There are a lot of things to see on the streets, but also some indoor marketplaces, and you will pass the Park of Usaquén, which invites you to relax a bit. Once you have walked around the market a bit and get hungry, you can pay a visit to one of the many restaurants or cafes in the area and try some Colombian specialities. Colombia's biggest botanical garden contains plants from all across the country with a particular focus on Andean and Páramo species. Among the various themed sections of the park, there are 5 special collections for conservation areas dedicated to endangered Andean plants, including Páramo species. You'll also come across areas dedicated to cacti, palms, medicinal plants, aquatics, orchids, and more. And large greenhouses climatized at different temperatures to recreate the conditions of different regions of Colombia. In total, there are about 19,000 plants at the Bogotá Botanical Garden, representing the range of ecosystems found across the country. The La Perseverancia Market Square was declared a cultural heritage of Bogotá, and it's considered a tourist gastronomic attraction of the city. This is a wonderful place to try traditional Colombian cuisine. The square has also become even more popular after it appeared on the Netflix series Street Food Latin America. The episode about Colombian food was shot in this plaza, and it explains the flavors of Colombia in its different regions. And if you're looking to do something more relaxed and outdoors, then you should head to Bogotá's Central Park, or Simón Bolívar Park. It's a huge park in the middle of the city with many runners, cyclists, and people relaxing or even celebrating their birthdays on weekends. There is a nice lake in the middle of the park with beautiful views of the city. It's a great way to take a break from the hustle and bustle of Bogotá, and it's really great for just sitting on a bench enjoying the scenery while having a nice conversation. And last but not least, there is the Zona T or Zona Rosa of Bogotá. In this entertainment district, you're gonna find major shopping centers and also Michelin-starred restaurants, 5-star hotels and resorts, and vibrant nightlife full of bars and discos, which get packed on weekends till early morning. So, have I convinced you to include Bogotá in your list? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.